Hello everybody. Wanted to give you guys a quick overview as to what happened. Yesterday was Mom's DBS. Some of you guys know this, but I wanted to share the video of what was experienced yesterday with the DBS. Now, we had to walk in with expectations, right? We, of course, know that Mom was not going to go out here or walk out of there with ready to run a marathon or do cartwheels. That's not what the expectation is. So wanted to show you a couple things here. So this is the beginning of the consultation. You see that blue kind of like object around her neck. That's pretty much the programmer, and it's connecting to the little iPad that the rep has right there. The rep is actually working with the neurologist to kind of set her, her programmer. And what they're doing right now is they're going to start turning it on, but they're asking her to watch out for any kind of side effects, right? So it's a really fascinating process that we actually see. Now, if you look at Mom's hand, on the left hand, you see a tiny little tremor. Mom never really had huge tremors like you see in Parkinson's, right? So hers was mostly slowness and also just slow movement, slow, tiny footsteps. Sometimes she can't even walk. Today was one of those days because she's not on any meds that she could barely take any steps without using either a walker or anything like that, but wanted to show you guys the difference. So right here, they're kind of turning it on, and as you can see, she's lifting her hand, and that's because her tremor is gone. Now he's asking her to open and close. This is something that they do typically. See how slow her movement is, and also the finger tapping. See how slow that is. So now they're trying to, also the foot tapping. So all of these movements are checked on the left-hand side because she's got left-handed or left-sided Parkinson's. Her right side is very minimal. So Parkinson's is usually one side. So as we go through, they're going to start adjusting the programmer and stuff like that. They're going to start increasing the intensity a little bit. They are looking also for side effects. Now this one is really interesting, where you're really going to see the difference later. Is this is her turned on. Now mind you, they've already have the programmer on, but they're asking her to stand up and try and take some steps. This is how she was in the morning. Now you could see she barely is moving, right? That's how she's been walking lately. So you could see that right there, she tells the doctor, I can't do any more. So he said, okay, have a seat. They're going to go ahead and reprogram what you see in the what you see her doing in the iPad. So then they're going to start continuing to do the difference in the numbers. Now here I kind of fast forwarded the tape or the video, the tape. I'm aging myself. So now she got a little bit emotional here. Dad also got emotional just because there are a few things that she saw a difference already, and that's why the tissues are starting to fly out. Dad also has some tissues, and you'll see that. Now look at her hand, how much faster it is, and look how the tapping is a little bit quicker as well. So there you can automatically see the DBS is starting to work already, and her foot tapping is actually a little bit better as well. So again, it's small incremental changes. Now he's asking her to get up once again. So this is the second time she's getting up. And then before, remember what it was a tiny little shuffle, and then check it out. She's being able to take a little bit more steps. So she's telling the doctor it feels a little bit better. She's still not 100%, of course. There she's telling him that, sometimes she feels like she freezes and cannot move, and that's very typical in Parkinson's. I'm going to sit back down, and then we're going to jump to another part of the video where they're going to make an additional adjustment as well. There, I paused it. There she's getting emotional again. She had a lot of anxiety, of course, but she sees Dad getting upset because he's happy, not upset, he's happy tears. And then there she says, I have too much anxiety, but she has a great team working with her. All right, this is the next adjustment. He's going to ask her to stand up once again. So now she's getting a little saucy because she's making remarks, and you can see that she's smiling and she's laughing a little bit more. And then here we also see a difference here, and watch Dad's reaction as well with his hand. just because she's mentioning that she can actually turn. And Dad points as her ability to turn. She doesn't have to hold on for dear life to kind of turn around. So that is also an improvement there. So little by little we see improvements. So then they're making more adjustments on the iPad, on the programmer. And here I believe she's gonna ask him to, yep, there's the movement. Now look at the difference from the very, very beginning to that. And she's telling him that feels better. Now here, after another little adjustment, he's gonna ask her to stand up one more time. And then this is where you really see the difference. She's able to get out of the chair a little bit better. And now she's taking little bigger strides. Asking her how it feels. She's going to walk all the way over there with a little sense of humor. So you can see she has better control in her walking, turning around. Dad's amazed because he sees her every day. And then she's walking a little bit better than before. Well, a lot better than before, considering. And then he's going to check the fluidity of her hands and the slowness and stuff like that in the next one. And now he's comparing with both. Now you see that she's opening and closing her hands just pretty much around the same speed, which is fantastic. We're definitely moving in the right direction. So we're super excited. She's still going to have to take meds like we mentioned before. And, you know, keep praying for her. Keep praying for us as we journey this with her. But wanted to show you guys a real video as to how she is progressing. And even there, the last one that he did right before, he said that her program was set for right now. So we're going to continue to do tweaks, continue to do a little medicine adjustments if needed, but this is at least definitely a very, very first great step towards it. Thanks, guys. Love you guys.